Now, the great Trace writes, and I quote, Shalom Chaim, I have heard you criticize Steven Spielberg in the past. I was just wondering why you hate him so much. Not that I'm saying you shouldn't. I just don't know very much about the man. To me, he's just the guy who directed E.T. and Jurassic Park. Is it simply because he has so much money and influence but doesn't do anything to help righteous causes, or is it that he actively spreads evil ideas through his films? I saw Saving Private Ryan, and honestly, I think the film had a pretty good message and did not push any leftist agenda on the audience. I don't see any overt political message in his films. Again, I'm sure you have very good reasons for denouncing Spielberg, but I just want to know exactly what they are, unquote. Well, I actually discussed this in answering some earlier questions, Trace, by, it just so happens that that somebody asked me about George Lucas, and Steven Spielberg, of course, has worked with George Lucas on films and on other projects. First of all, Steven Spielberg raises tens of millions of dollars for Barack Hussein Obama, the Clintons, and other left-wing beasts who are destroying America, Israel, and Western civilization. He raises huge amounts of money for evil causes, never for good causes. He is evil. Steven Spielberg, to show the type of example he sets, has said that he's black. He said he considers himself to be black, and he adopted 2 black children. He did a film about Moses, a cartoon about Moses. He and 2 other self-hating Jewish traders in Hollywood did a film about Moses where they turned Moses into a black Egyptian. Moses is a dark Egyptian. It never says that Moses is a Hebrew or is Jewish anywhere in the film. That is nowhere in the film is that mentioned. Instead, they turned him into an Egyptian because the Muslims insist that Moses was really a Muslim. So to placate and appease the Muslims, he referred to Moses as an Egyptian in the film, and turned the Jews into Egyptians instead of Jews. The word Jew, the word Hebrew, nowhere mentioned in anywhere in the film. So that's you know what that's like? That's like saying that the 6 million Jews who were murdered during the Holocaust were really Germans, and that the Germans were the victims of the Holocaust, the German murderers. It's so obscene, it's beyond all words. And his films on the Holocaust, are just about, the films always make the Jews the most wimpy, pathetic people, always glorify enemies of the Jewish people and enemies of whites, make them, the blacks, of course, are